Good morning. Welcome to Time in His Word. I was told by somebody yesterday that my little traveling partners in the background made it hard to pay attention to the message. I apologize. I didn't think they were that loud, but I've got them broke up this morning. I've got one on the bed and the little puppy's in the floor, but he's whining because he wants up here on the bed. But then when you put him up here, then they start playing and chasing each other. So hopefully we'll get through this without too much commotion this morning. But it did give me a good thought with the comment that was made. It is so easily to get distracted when either we're sitting in church and trying to listen to the message and our mind wanders off on whatever it is that's bothering us, be it a financial burden, just maybe troubles at work, or trouble with our children, just a whole host of things can cause us to while we're trying to sit and listen to a message, wonder. Or maybe you're trying to do your devotions in the morning and you just wander off, or even fall asleep. You kind of feel bad, but it's hard to focus sometimes. I had a local job for a while, and I was able to make men's prayer breakfast, and I really enjoyed the time of fellowship, and then we'd have prayer afterwards. And one time I fell asleep while we were praying. So, it can happen anywhere. But then I'm also able to just about, if I get nice and comfortable, I can just about fall asleep anywhere at any time. So that's not really uncommon, but I felt kind of bad. I mean, of all places to fall asleep during men's prayer breakfast, that didn't look too good, or on my part. But anyway, we got a good laugh out of it. But it's easily to be distracted. It's easily to be distracted at work, which could cause a bodily harm, maybe even death. In this truck, I have to pay attention. If I wander, my mind wanders, there could be a backup up ahead, and I not notice it in time because my mind's wandering. I could run somebody over, or even choose to run off the road and cause harm to myself. So it is hard to focus at times, no matter what we're doing. Maybe even just in a simple conversation with somebody at lunch that you're wanting to visit with, and the next thing you know, your mind's wandering. It is hard. And again, hopefully with these two little dogs, they won't cause too much trouble and make it hard to hear and concentrate on the message. But if they do, I apologize. They're just, the one's a puppy's 9 weeks old, so the older one, he's done fell asleep. He's just ignoring him. But you know how that goes with students have dogs and pets and that. So, but the verse I was thinking about this morning is in Psalms, the 1st chapter, and it's just 6 verses, but I think it helps us a lot in trying to stay focused, and it gives us some ideas of what to do. We can be given all kinds of ideas, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes your mind just wanders. So, how blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, nor stand in the paths of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He will be like a tree planted by a stream of waters. I like that analysis there, because that tree planted by the water, it's always got water, it's got nourishment, and it's always going to grow and get big in that. And that's the same way. If we plant our life in this book, in this way of life, this Christian life, and we follow Christ as best we can, we're always going to grow, and we're always going to prosper. We're going to have moments where we don't, but that's just natural. Continue on, it says, which yields its fruit in its season, and its leaves not wilter, and whatever it does, it prospers. The wicked are not so. They are like the chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assemblies of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. I like that analogy, in that the scripture tells us what's going to happen if we're like a tree and we're planted by the water. In other words, if we're in this book daily, we're going to grow and we're going to prosper. We're going to bear fruit, which means we're going to witness to others and bring others into the family of Christ. But the flip side of that is the wicked. They could care less. They have their own agenda. And that sometimes that bothers, bothers might not be the right word, but sometimes when I'm trying to focus on a message or a Sunday school lesson or something somebody's saying pertaining to scripture, and my mind starts to wander, I get aggravated because I'm really wanting to listen. I'm really trying to listen, but my mind just wanders. And I know we've all been in that situation before, but it's what we do afterwards that makes a difference. It's just like anytime we sin against God, it's what we do afterwards that makes a difference. Are we like Peter and we ask him for forgiveness and rest assured that once we do, we're forgiven? Or we're like Judas and we just walk away and seek forgiveness from man, which man can't give us forgiveness. So I don't know what to say about any secrets to keep our minds from wandering when we're trying to pay attention to a message or whatever. It just do the best you can to focus on what you're trying to listen to, even if you got to try, ask him to repeat it or whatever. But remember the words, the first part of this. It says in verse 2, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates on it day and night. So when we find ourselves wandering, go back to meditating on the scriptures that gives you comfort and joy and that strength to know that no matter what, God is holding our right hand and leading us on the path that he has laid out for us.